Hey guys, it's Wadzi. Welcome back to my channel. I really hope I'm in focus right now. Anyways, it's the video you've been waiting for. It is how to elevate your personal style. Oh gosh. I'm going to be telling you guys style mistakes that I made, and these style mistakes like stopped me from elevating my personal style to what it is today. And it's not even all the way there today, but I just feel like I've gotten to a place where I can really give advice on someone who's trying to find out their style, someone who's trying to figure out why what they're wearing just does not look cute. Because once you get the hang of how to be making your outfit look cute, it's not that hard. Not gonna lie, one of the main reasons is more money. But you know, money doesn't necessarily buy great style, great taste, or personal style, or personal taste. Just throwing money at someone won't necessarily mean that they're now going to be looking good. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of patience. So if you're willing to watch through this video to find out the style mistakes I made and how I would advise you guys to switch these mistakes to make sure you don't make them, so you guys can elevate your style and go from this to this, then keep on watching. You will keep watching. Okay, so why is it important to elevate your personal style? Your style can say a lot about you. It can say a lot about your interests, your hobbies, who you are as a person, and it says a lot about you before you even open your mouth. So this is great for people, you know, to know what type of person you are and to know whether you're their type of person or if they're interested and maybe holding a conversation sometimes. Sometimes you're in social situations or settings where there's so many people and you kind of just have to go off someone's vibe and outfit and how they look onto deciding like, oh, is this the type of person I'll speak to. You know, if you're into classic style or maybe even like Parisian style, French style, normally you might have more common interests. You might find yourself having if you're into that stuff. What am I saying? For an example, if I saw someone wearing like Parisian classic minimal style, I think, oh my gosh, I'm really into that. They're probably really into also minimalism. They're probably into very conscious shopping. You know, there's other things that you're most likely into, and it says quite a bit about you as a person. If you're dressing as a minimalist, you're most likely not a maximalist. You're most likely not someone who, you know, spends like £10,000 on, or like £500 on Shein or whatever. Like, it says a lot about the type of person you are before having to even say a word. And it can attract the right sort of people to you, and sometimes it might not attract the right people. But for me, it's worked wonders, to be honest, figuring out my personal style, and I've met some really great people, and you never know who you might run into. And I think it's just like, I don't know, I just think it's great also just for yourself to feel your best. Yeah, so I want to start off with style mistake number 1 that I made. This is, I was always buying trainers, so I did not invest in smart shoes. So most of the clothes I have are more like very feminine, elegant, or if they're not, they're more like on the fashion-y side. So I would, when I was at school, it was all about keeping up, all about wearing the latest trainers, wearing the latest shoes, never really thinking, does this really go with every outfit? Does this really look put together if I need it to? It was all looking very casual, which restricts your wardrobe, to be fair. Your shoes and your coat can really make an impact of the overall vibe of your outfit. So what I started doing is I started to focus on boots. Now there's so many different types of boots that you can focus on. There is knee-high, there's cowboy boots, there is Chelsea boots, ankle boots, just yes. And you want to make sure you have different types, one knee-high maybe, one ankle, one Chelsea, and just kind of build your collection from there. Now you want to buy good quality leather boots, and as it does make a difference and people can tell, oh, those look really good, you look really put together. I focus on buying my boots from Under the Stories. Normally a good quality pair of boots will start from like £100 up to £200. If you cannot afford, I really recommend having a look on like Depop, on eBay, on Vinted, because when people buy boots that are like £400 sometimes, you know, when they're done with them, they're not going going to throw them away, or like, you know, they might send them to a charity shop, but most of the time they're going to want to sell them, and they probably will sell them for like 100 if they bought them for 400. Really do your research on some good quality boots, and that way, yeah, because, you know, it makes a difference getting some fake leather boots compared to getting some real leather boots. And yeah, besides boots, for summertime, that's when I realized, oh my gosh, I'm screwed. I did not have any nice flats. So for flats, you can go for like ballet, you can go for slip-ons, you can go for loafers, you can go for sandals, and you can also go for some other ones. I forgot the name of them, but I personally don't wear them because I wore them in school, so I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, there's so many lovely flats that you can go for that I recommend really investing in flats during the summertime. Before, I just had dad sandals and they were gorgeous, but they were more of a masculine shoe, so I started to invest in others. I wouldn't necessarily invest in the Hermes Oran if you're on a budget, because you can find so many shoes or sandals which are very similar to that. I would probably try and invest in a better like flat. Plus the Hermes Oran are not on Hermes' like best quality shoe. I would say like their boots look like they're a lot better quality like than the sandals. I'm not saying the sandals are going to break or anything, but they're also not known to be like the most comfortable as well. But I guess it's really up to you as well, and depending on the climate that you live in, whether you want to invest in your sandals. I would rather invest in a pair of like warmer shoes instead. So yeah, also, you know, when it's coming to autumn, have a look at sales, because on sales there's always like great discounts. I saw this girl on TikTok and she got the Hermes Oran sandals for £300, and normally they're like 600. I think she found it in Harrods or something like that, and it was in a sale. So like, you know, around September, October, you know, November time, there's always amazing sales on summer shoes. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Or like, if you're okay with buying shoes or sandals that are out of season, that's fine. I know a lot of designers always like put their like slippers and sandals, whatever, on sale when they want to get their October, autumn, winter wardrobe out. So definitely be looking on Farfetch, definitely be looking at Selfridges or something like that, because there will be discounts on the summer shoes, especially because we don't get the warm weather often. Okay, so the next thing that I automatically want to just say is coat. Care about the coat. Invest in jackets, invest in coats. So today I'm wearing a tweed jacket. This is from & Other Stories, and I wear this more often. Before, I would only buy puffer coats, and I know in school we always used to buy puffer coats. I always used to think when buying coats, just like, what is the warmest, what is the most practical. I never really think of, would it go with any of my outfits. And your coat and your shoes are the first thing that people see, so you really need to begin to think that. Before, I just had raincoats and puff jackets, and they did not look flattering with nice outfits, so I'd wear a nice outfit underneath and an awful coat on top. You want to have really nice coats. I love wrap coats, and I love trench coats, and I love blazers. If you're going to wear blazers, please make sure it's a really nice fit. Take your time, don't rush into it. Be really picky with the fast fashion shops that you're shopping at when getting blazers as well, because I've seen sometimes as well a lot of influencers getting giftings of blazers, and blazers are really tricky because, you know, it's not really one size fits all unless it's like an oversized blazer. So not everything will look flattering unless it's been tailored or something like that. So you need to really find the right shop that sells a blazer that looks great on you and your body shape and your body type. I've made loads of videos on TikTok about dressing for your body shape or dressing for your body type. So if you want me to make a longer YouTube video, just let me know. But for me, I used to get a lot of blazers from charity shops, and then I started to pick up that not all of them look good. Once I got one blazer that looked really good, I realized, actually not all these blazers are very flattering on me, and I can't just buy a blazer just because it's a blazer. I need to make sure it looks flattering, because once you wear the flattering one, you start to realize that they don't all be looking the same. That's why a lot of men be getting their suits tailored. So yes, that's my favorite coats. There's definitely a lot more other jackets that are also put together, like an overcoat, a pea coat, and a duster coat. Definitely search the web. It's not just a puffer, it's not just a raincoat like me. If you live in the UK, like, I feel you. So yeah, that's definitely for me. You might be able to find also smarter ones that will look well, look nice. You know, don't just go for black. Try and go for beige, grey, something more interesting, because black can sometimes feel like a uniform. That's what I noticed for me with jackets anyways. So yeah, now my next thing, and this is going to be my last tip for this video because I don't want to get too long and I want to make sure that y'all are actually interested in this. And this is getting your clothes tailored. I can't tell you enough. Please, please, please start tailoring your clothes today, and you will notice how much of a difference tailoring your clothes makes, especially when it comes to things like dresses, trousers. I've worked with quite a lot of brands that have gifted me items, and a lot of the times, especially from fast fashion brands, the trousers are way too long because I'm 5'2", so I'm not really working with much. And I've seen a lot of influencers as well get sent stuff from brands and they don't really fit, and they do shoots in them, and it doesn't look the best, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like the clothes are wearing you, to be honest. Like the clothes are just wearing you, everything's hanging, it's not looking flattering. I've also seen, you know, the Zara dresses, sometimes it can be tempted, they'll be looking cute, but you know, the Zara dresses, unfortunately, the sizing, I don't know, it's not fitting everyone. You know, a small on me might not be looking like a small. It might be looking like a medium for me, but a small on someone else might be looking like an extra small on them, even though we both could be smalls, you know. And also it depends on like breast size, and you know, whether our shoulders are broad or not. There's so many other factors, You could be a small on paper, but then in different stores, like a small might not work for you. But that does not mean now you've got to buy this dress because you're normally a small on paper, when it's literally hanging on the breast area. So, you know, I know we all get tempted. If you want, definitely you can still go buy it. I recommend tailoring your clothes. Once I started tailoring my dresses and stuff, I'm very, very picky on wearing dresses that are not like flattering or fitting. Look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I definitely have clothes that I still need to tailor and have done. But you know, when I go to stores, I really don't want to buy something that does not look flattering on my body. It needs to be made, it needs to feel like it was made for me, because when you get those clothes tailored, it really feels personal, it really feels great. So that's what I really recommend, especially if you're buying dresses like from Zara. One way to elevate them is to get them tailored and fitted, because the dresses aren't expensive anyways, and tailoring on top of that, it's a great way to encourage you to keep your clothes, and they'll look a lot more flattering on you, especially if you're itty bitty like me, and dresses tend to hang. It's a great way. So yeah, so that was all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned some stuff. Those were, I think, the 3 or 4 style mistakes I made when I was trying to elevate my style. You know, I was wearing clothes that didn't fit me. I was always wearing trainers that would look busted up, and I was wearing coats that did not go well with the outfit at all. If you guys would like a part 2, be sure to comment down below. Without further ado, be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.